Kreću.
Božji mir i Božji blagoslov svima koji dolaze na ovaj kanal.
May all who come to this channel get God's peace and God's blessing.
Evo ja bih se ovdje osvrnuo na Jevrejima poslanicu 4. glave, mjesto koje je vrlo bitno za crkvu.
I would like to refer to the 4th chapter of Gospel to Hebrews, to a place that is very important for the church.
Pavle napominje nekoliko ključnih proštava, a proštva uvijek napominju za one sutra da se nauče da veruju.
Paul mentions several key prophets, and prophets always need for those from tomorrow to learn to believe.
Dakle, pažnja. Proroštva, obratimo pažnju, znači da nešto se treba primijetiti u budućem vremenu, od čega ovisi večni život.
Therefore, attention should be paid. Prophets we should not mean that something should be noticed in a future time, and eternal life depends upon that.
Ja želim staviti ozbiljan akcenat i pažnju vašu na ovu poruku koja nema veze sa mnom, koja treba doći od Duha Božjega.
I would like to put a serious emphasis and direct your attention to this message that doesn't have anything to do with me, but that shall come from the Spirit of God.
Ova poruka je jako važna, na smrt važna.
This message is very, very important to death.
Možemo li ozbiljno ovo poslušati?
Can we listen to this in a serious manner?
Zastanimo onda i još jednom počujmo. Ova poruka označava smisao života ili smrti.
Let's stop then and hear this once again. This message indicates the meaning of life and death.
Ja nisam teolog, ja sam jedan pastir i Bog mi je jednostavno rekao izađi tamo u polje, nemojte ovo uzeti refleksivno i povezati sa nekom idejom da sam ja došao izigrati nekog proroka.
I'm not a theologian, I'm a sheep shepherd, and God simply told me, get out there in the field. Don't take this reflexively and not connect it with an idea that I come here to play some kind of prophet.
Molim vas, nemojte da vas đavo odvede u tom pravcu.
Please don't let the devil lead you in that direction.
Dakle, Bog mi je dalje rekao, ostavi sve kako vi ovo gledate. Jednu ovakvu predaonicu i sve ove.
So God told me, set everything up as you see it, a pulpit of a kind and all these things, horns and then shoot.
Dakle, sve ove stvari, rogovi viči, uzmi jednostavnost u formi jednog ovčarskog štapa. Ja se ne menjam, ja sam uvijek isti kao kod Mojsija, tako do kraja.
Take simplicity in a form of sheep-shepherd staff. I do not change, I am always the same as in Moses, so till the end.
Samo propovedaj, ja ću se pobrinuti za tebe.
Simply preach and I will take care of you.
Nešto kao Amos koji je vikao, čujte krave vasanske.
Something like Amos who shouted, hear the cause of Bahan.
Rekao mi je, udari sve te stvari koje govore i zatrpaju moju riječ svakakvim lažima.
He told me, hit all those things that talk and cram my words with lies.
I sada idemo u to. Pavle kaže istu stvar, da ne odocni neki od nas ući u večni pokoj.
And now we are going into it. Paul says, the same thing, some of us shouldn't be late to enter the eternal rest.
Večni pokoj je večnost, nema sumnje.
Eternal rest, it's eternity. There is no doubt about it.
Večnost je pak neograničenost vremena, bez dana, meseca, godina, časova, minuta, sekundi i tako dalje.
Eternity, it's in turn the limitlessness of time with all days, months, years, hours, minutes, and seconds, and so on.
Sada Pavle u drugom ključnom retku napominje kojega ako propustimo bez utjecaja Svetoga Duha, mi se na taj večni pokoj zakasnit ćemo za večnost.
Now, in the second K line, Paul mentions that if we miss it without the influence of the Holy Spirit, we refer here to the eternal rest. We will be late for the eternity.
A kako ćemo imati utjecaj Duha ako nikad ga nismo primili po delima apostolskim druge glave?
And how are we supposed to have the Holy Spirit if we never kept it according to the second chapter of the script of the apostle?
Dakle, jer je nama objavljeno kao onima.
So it was revealed to us in the same way as it was published to them.
Ko su to mi i oni?
Who are we and they?
Očito ovdje Pavle ima dve vrste tipova ljudi, oni i mi.
Apparently, Paul has two types here, two types of people, them and us.
Na to se mora staviti akcenat.
That needs to be emphasized.
Sljedeći akcenat je na rečenici što nam je objavljeno, što nam je objavljeno.
The next emphasis is on the sentence, what was revealed to us,
Dakle, objava,
the revelation from God,
objava od Boga.
the revelation from God.
A to znači da sad mi trebamo primijetiti da ne prepoznati objavu, znači ne prepoznati večni pokoj, večnost Božju.
That means that now we need to notice that not recognizing the related means not recognizing the eternal rest, God's eternity.
Naučimo ovo ovaj čas, ako ne razumemo i ne poverujemo na objavu, nemamo život.
Let us now learn at this whole that if we don't understand and don't believe in the revelation, we don't have life.
Kako mi dalje vidimo u 3. stihu, Pavle nastavlja, izdvaja se još jedna ključna reč, mi koji vjerovasmo i oni koji ne htješe verovati.
As we continue to see in the third verse, Paul goes on and on more key word stands out. We who believed and they who didn't want to believe.
U istom stihu, ključna je stvar da i pored je data reč da se Bog zakleo, da neće ući u pokoj moj.
In that same verse, the key thing and the given word is that God swear not to enter into my rest.
Sada, ako sve ovo načas samo ispustimo duhom i prepustimo se stanju uma, mi smo potpuno opasnosti da zadocnimo za večnost i ne uđemo u večni pokoj.
Now, if we let this with the Spirit go for a moment and we let ourselves get into the state of mind, we are in complete danger of being late for eternity and not entering the eternal rest.
Samo jedna mala linija deli čovjeka od ovog saznanja.
Only a small line is what separates a man from this knowledge.
Ova poslanica Pavla, ako se uzme i tumači pogrešno, kako sam Petar kaže da su one teške na pogibao će biti i ono ko govori i ko sluša.
If this epistle of Paul's is taken and interpreted in the wrong way, as Paul himself said, it will be difficult and destructive for both those who speak about it and the one who listen to it.
Moramo onda biti u jakoj pažnji dalje.
Therefore, we need to pay close attention.
Sada, šta je to objavljeno onima i nama?
Now, what has been revealed to them and to us?
Prvo, ko su oni, a ko u vreme Pavla mi?
First of all, who are they and who are we in Paul's time?
Pavle očito misli pod onima, po daljem tekstu iz Jevreja, iz obrezanja, one pod zakonom.
By they, Paul obviously refers to Jews, Hebrews, in the further text, to those under the law.
Pod rečicom mi, Pavle pak misli na sebe i crkvu Hrista, koja je njemu bila data u područje pagana, iako ova poslanica se obraća Jevrejima.
By using the word we, Paul refers to himself and the church of Christ, which was given to him on the area of pagans, even though this epistle also addressed the Jews.
Pavle se boji upravo iz njih mnogi lako mogu u to koji sve dane drže za jednake kao i oni koji raskuju jela i koji ne raskuju, da su svi pred Bogom opravdani.
Paul is afraid that many of them can easily be laid at the time.
A danas su u opasnosti mnogi iz paganske grupe, jer o tome Pavle u Rimljanima 11 opominje da i mi pagani na kraju vremena ne počinemo istu gatku nevjerstva i ne propadnemo kao i oni, već da se naučimo od njih da tu grešku ne sačinimo.
And today many of those from the pagan group are also in grave danger, because in the 11th chapter of Paul's epistle to Romans, Paul warns that we the pagans shouldn't make the same mistake of infidelity at the end of time just like they did, but that we should learn from them not to make that a mistake.
Mnogi misle da je kašnjenje povezano sa nedržanjem subote i zakona, posebno pošto se ovdje pominje pokoj, ali akcenat je na večnom pokoju.
Many think that this delay was associated with not honoring Sabbath and lives explicitly, because the rest is maintained here, but emphasis is on the eternal rest.
Naravno, to je tek razlog za snažan povik. Pa da, to jeste večni pokoj, držanje subote, jer napisano da je Bog rekao u Starom Zavjetu da je data kao večna.
Of course, it is the reason for a strong cry. Well, yes, it is the eternal rest honoring Sabbath, because it was written in the Old Testament that God said that it was given as eternal.
Svakako, i za Pasku je rečeno da je tako večna, dato večno, a ipak svi se danas u paganskoj grupi slažu ispravno da je Paska danas Hristos.
It was also, of course, said for Passover, Pascha, to have been given eternally, and yet today everyone in the pagan group agree that today Passover is Christ.
I da se Paska više, dakle to je to, i da se Paska više ne obdržava, stoga te nikom ne pravi problem da je Bog rekao večna Paska.
And that Passover is no longer held, so no one makes a problem about the fact that God said eternal Passover.
No, kada se kaže da je večni pokoj, dakle, kada se kaže da je večni pokoj sasvim nešto drugo ovdje, odmah se to stavlja po znak pitanja što je to drugo išta moguće zameniti za starozavjetnu subotu.
But when we say the eternal rest, it's a completely different thing here. That is immediately questioned what can possibly change the Sabbath from the Old Testament.
Ali mi bi trebali uvidjeti iz poslanice Rimljanima, 14. glava apostola Pavla, da nikako ne može biti reč o suboti kao večnom pokoju.
What we need to see is 14th chapter of Paul's epistle to Romans, where it was written the Sabbath cannot be the eternal rest in any way.
Pavle tu jasno kaže da oni koji razlikuju dane i koji svi dane drže da su jednaki, kao i oni koji razlikuju jela i koji ne razlikuju jela, da su svi pred Bogom opravdani.
Paul clearly states there that there exist those who make difference among days and those to whom all days are the same, as well as those to whom all meals are the same. And they are those who don't realize that everyone has been justified in front of God.
Pokušaj nekih nezadovoljnih Božom pravednom arbitražom da pokažu kako su tu radi o paganskim danima i jelima nedopustiva.
Some who were dissatisfied with God's righteous arbitration have tried to show that these in fact are pagan days and meals, and that is unacceptable.
Jer ispada onda da Bog pravda one koji drže paganske idolske dane jedu idolsko, a mi znamo da za takve namjene ognjeno jezero na svim mjestima iz pisma.
Because then it turns out that God justifies those who honor pagan days of idols and eat in that same way of idols, and we know that the lake of fire is meant for those people, as it was written in all the place in the script.
Sada da se osvrnemo dalje na poslanicu Jevrejima, da onima ne pomože čuvena reč jer ne vjerovaše.
Now let us look further into the epistle of Hebrews, so we can see that they weren't helped by the famous word because they didn't believe.
Akcenat je na reči onima.
The emphasis is on the word they.
Bog se zakleo u svom gnevu da neće ući u pokoj njegov ako su djela bila gotova od postojanja sveta.
In his rage God swore that he will not enter his rest if the work was done since the foundation, beginning of the world.
Po ovome iskazu da nisu ušli, mi moramo naći uzroke gdje nisu Jevreji ušli u vječni pokoj, to je sliku na pokoj.
According to this testimony that says that they didn't enter, we need to find the causes according to which the Hebrews didn't enter the rest, that bind the image of the rest.
Obećana zemlja, prvi je stav, nije vječni pokoj, već samo slika na vječnost.
The promised land is the first point that it wasn't the eternal rest, but only the image of the eternity.
Kao što ni kod Avrama, Hanan nije bio krajnji cilj, jer je pisano da je tražio nebeski grad, zlatni Jerusalim, koji nije građen rukom čoveka, već Božjom promišljom.
Just like when the Hanan wasn't the ultimate goal for Abraham, because it was written about him searching for the heavenly Jerusalem, the city of gold that wasn't built by the hand of a man, but of God's thought.
Stoga mi možemo lako vidjeti dva slučaja neulaska, dva primjera. Oba su zbog nevjerovanja na obećanje.
Therefore, we can easily see two cases of not entering, two examples, both of them due to disbelief in the promise.
Pavle pod time misli na one koji nisu ušli zbog nevjerovanja, njih ili nas, za nas koji ulazimo po vjeri u obećanje Božje.
By that, Paul refers to the ones who didn't enter because of disbelief, or to use that are entering today with a faith to God's promise.
Pošto u 4. Mojsijevoj imamo prvi slučaj u 14. glavi kad su Izraelci bili pred ulaskom u zemlju obećanje da su poslali uhode.
Since in the 14th chapter of 4th book of Moses we have the first case when Israelites were to enter into the promised lands and they sent spies.
Uhode obilaze zemlju, dolaze međunarodno poslije 40 dana i donose vidljive plodove toga obećanja iz zemlje meda i mleka.
Spies went around the land, they come among the people after 40 days and bring visible fruits of that promise from the land of milk and honey.
Oni kažu da je to sve istina, ali tamo su divovi, stoga ne mogu ući.
They said it was all true, but there are giants there, and therefore they can't go in.
Narod se bunio i hoće nazad u Misir i Bog ih osuđuje na lutanje za 40 dana, to jest godina.
People then start to rebel and wants to go back to Egypt, so God condemns them to wander for 40 days, which is 40 years.
Dan za godinu.
A day for a year.
Tako oni zbog nevjerovanja nisu ušli osim dvojice, Isusa i Halema, koji su bili drugoga duha, duha vere ili Božjega duha, ne crkvenoga, teološkog, i ušli su sa decom.
So none of them entered because of disbelief except for Jesus and Caleb, who were of other spirit, the spirit of faith or God's spirit, not the spirit of church theologian, and so they entered with the children.
Tako ovdje vidimo jedan tip neulaska u obećanje zbog neverovanja u obećanje Božje.
Here we can see one type of not entering into the promise due to the disbelief in God's promise.
No sljedeći dokaz, kad Jevreji nisu ušli, o čemu Pavle sve vreme govori, a ne o danu suboti kao neki misle, je pedesetnica.
The next proof of a time when Hebrews didn't enter is the Pentecost, and Paul speaks of it the whole time, and that is not the Sabbath, like some are inclined to think.
Jovan 3. glava kaže izričito da niko ne može ući u nebo bez da je kršten vodom i duhom.
In the third chapter of book of John, it is explicitly said that no one can enter heavens without being baptized in the water and the Spirit.
Obratimo veliku pažnju ovdje, to su djela druga glava.
Pay huge attention here. Towards the script, second chapter.
Kada je obećani Sveti Duh spušten, mnogo Jevreja hodočasilo po Božjem starozavetnom naređenju da 3 puta moraju biti u Jerusalimu za praznike.
When the promised Holy Spirit was laid upon, many Hebrews made pilgrimage under God's order from the Old Testimony, which said that they need to be in Jerusalem 3 times for the holidays.
I sada možda na milion ih je bilo unutra kada je Sveti Duh pao na praznik pedesetnice.
And maybe million of them were inside when the Holy Spirit fell on the feast of the Pentecost.
Veliki dio njih je čuši snažan izliv, dolazi sile kroz ognjene jezike kao znak istoga Boga starog zaveta koji vodi Izrael kroz pustinju, kao obećanju kroz vatreni stup i oblak.
A large number of them heard a strong outburst of the incoming force, choked the fiery tongues as a sign of the same God from the Old Testimony who led Israel through the desert through the pillar of fire and the cloud.
Dakle, sada oni su opet imali razdeljene jezičke, na sobom njih 120 ljudi sa apostolima skupa.
So again they had the distributed fiery tongues above themselves, 120 of people together with the apostle.
Mnogi su rekli da je to od pijanstva.
Many say that was from being drunk.
Pavle napominje o tome dosenju da oni nisu vjerovali na obećanje koje je Bog rekao će doći na svako telo.
Paul mentions the delay and that they didn't believe the promise God had spoken about that he will come to everybody.
O tome govori Joilo također.
Joel spoke of it too.
Isus je rekao da čekaju na obećanje sa visine, sa neba.
Jesus said they should wait for the promise from the higher area, from the sky, heavens.
Kada je došlo, ispunilo se proročko slovo Isaije 28. glave da će tuđim nepoznatim mjestima govoriti tome narodu i neće verovati.
When it came, the prophet of Isaiah from the 28th chapter was fulfilled, and the prophet said that it will speak in a foreign language to these people and they won't believe.
Sada Pavle o tome govori u Jevrejima poslanici o docnjenju za večni pokoj.
Now in the epistle of Hebrews, Paul speaks of that and of the eternal rest.
Prvi stav, obećanje Božje uvijek donosi život.
The first paragraph, God's promise always bring life.
Ko ne jede moje tijelo i ne pije moju krv, nema života u sebi i slični govori Hrista.
Who doesn't eat my body and doesn't drink my blood doesn't have life in himself, in similar preaching of Christ.
Ako ne veruju da on ja jesam, Jovan 8. glava, umrijeće u svojim gresima.
If they don't believe that he is the I am 8th chapter of John, they will die in their sins.
Svaki puta odbaciti obećanje znači odnositi za nebo.
To reject the promise each time means to be late for heaven.
Ezav je odbacio obećanje prvorodstva i nije imao blagoslov.
Esau rejected the promise of the firstborn and he didn't get blessing.
Pavle kaže da su dela bila gotova od postanja svijeta, ali da ipak nisu ušli u pokoj i prethodno je citirao zaključni deo stvaranja 7. dan kada je Bog počinio od svih dela.
Paul said that the script were done from the beginning of the world, but that they still didn't enter the rest, and he previously quoted the concluding part of the 7th day of creation when God rested from all the work.
Ali odmah potom, odmah nakon toga proriče kod psalmistu da neće ući u pokoj i zaklinje se.
Paul said that the script were done from the beginning of the world, that they still didn't enter the rest, and he previously quoted the concluding part of the 7th day of creation when God rested from all the work.
Kako je moguće objasniti ovo ako se neko glasi da je nedržanje subote kao dan odmora neće ući u vječni pokoj i Božje prokletstvo?
How is it possible to explain this if someone says that not honoring the Sabbath as a day of rest means not entering to eternal rest and God's course?
Onda se to ne može poduprijeti onim što Pavle ovdje dalje piše. I tu se mnogi prevare skrećući pažnju na dan odmora na subotu, mjesto na suštinu večnog pokoja.
Then it cannot be supported with what Paul further writes about. And many are deceived there by driving attention to the rest day, the Sabbath instead of the purpose of the eternal rest.
Jer Bog ovdje kaže da je proročki rekao prokletstvo.
Because God says here that he said the prophecy of course.
Onda se to ne može poduprijeti onim što Pavle ovdje dalje piše i tu se mnogi prevare skrećući pažnju na odmora na subotu mjesto na suštinu večnog pokoja.
We should now pay attention because God also mentioned the 7th day. He said, curse the ones who are under the day if they don't pay attention to the promise of the eternal rest. Ovdje pozivaju svetu. Tebi 87.
Ovdje ponovo poziva Duh Sveti na veliku pažnju.
Here he calls on the Holy Spirit again with great attention.
Neka se Bog smiluje ovdje, možete zauvijek odostiti.
May God have mercy on you here because you can't be late forever.
Ovdje je Bog jasno donio proroštvo, neće ući u moj pokoj, ipak i pored su imali 7. dan zadat.
God clearly broke a prophecy here. They won't come into my rest in spite of having the 7th given day.
Neće ući, zašto?
They won't come in, but why?
Rekli smo proroštvo uvijek ide naprijed, ne nazad.
We say that the prophet always goes forward and not backward.
Primijetimo, Bog proriča, to znači da proroštvo mora tek donijeti buduće, inače ono nije proroštvo.
We should notice that God says prophecies, and that means that a prophet has to bring future, otherwise it is not a prophet.
Drugo, Pavle kaže da imaju neki koji ima da uđu u njega u proročki vječni pokoj.
Second thing is the Paul says that they have on prophets according to which they will enter it, they will enter the prophet's eternal rest.
Proroštvo govori za budućnost.
The prophet speaks of the future.
Dakle, pažnja u večni pokoj u budućem vremenu.